Hello and welcome guys, it's Axie, and today we have an absolute banger for you. This is an insanely cheap team that belongs to one of my scholars, and he currently manages to reach 1500 MMR with a team that costs around $500. So let's jump into Marketplace and see how much this team actually costs if you want to purchase it right now. What's going on here? Is that a chibi? That is most definitely a chibi. The sponsor for this video, it's yet again NFG Guild, a team that I have been a part of since the creation of this channel. NFG is releasing their utility NFT token on December 6th, where you will be able to obtain revenue from the scholars if you hold a tier 3 attribute. NFG started out as a guild to provide scholarship for Axie Infinity, but they quickly realized the potential of play to earn games. Therefore, they are bringing new games into the program. One of their partners is Elpis Battle, a turn-based RPG play to earn game which offers a variety of races, genders, rarity, as well as game modes in PvE and PvP. They are currently in private beta test, and you can apply in the NFG Discord. NFG also plans to enter the esports scene early next year as a pioneer in play to earn guilds in esport. Therefore, they have partnered up with BetU Fantasy, a place for you to place fantasy bets on favorite esport or sport teams. There are more strategic partners and games coming soon. I usually show you these teams a little bit later into this video, but for this team I think it's very important to show how much this team costs. So right at the start, what we have is an Aqua in the backlane that has Goldfish, Soulstar, Riskyfish and Twintail with 54 speed, and you can get that for $118. And you could get two of those, they would work fine, but in the mid lane what he has is a Blue Moon. Now Blue Moon is a little bit more expensive, and it is a little bit more rare and hard to get because it is a high damage card and it simply hasn't been bred that much. I got it for 0.07 ETH about 2 weeks ago when the marketplace prices were still relatively high, but it was a virgin and I bred it 3 times. So if you just gonna wait a little bit and not get a virgin, you can get it quite cheaply, or you can just get 2 of those for $118, and that's gonna put you at $250, $260 for 2 Axies. And in the front lane what we have is a simple plant with Yam. Now the plant that we have is a Yam serious leaf bug. Because we don't have any Nemos on our Aquas, we really want to generate that energy from our plant, and then a pumpkin obviously for the sustainability so that our Aquas don't die too quickly. And a plant like that you can get for $236. So if you get 2 of these Aquas, that's $240, and then this plant for $236, that puts you at $476 for the whole team. That's currently at 1500 MMR, and that is insane. And we're gonna jump and analyze some of his games and how he navigates this team to get this MMR. So in the first game, Caillou is facing a plant, Aqua and a Dusk at the back. The plant at the front is quite standard with Shiba, which is actually really decent. The mid lane Aqua does have Navaga, Watering Can, and then Bumpy, and then back lane Dusk is somewhat decent with the Catfish and Sponge. So in the first round, Caillou goes for the maximum possible damage. Like Twintail is insanely good. You can see it's a 0 cost that deals 104 damage into plants, and because Aquas have relatively decent skill, the second lowest behind Mech and Dawn, but I really don't count Dawn, so it's second best behind Mech. Aquas do very well with skills that have combo, and you can see round 1 and we already get rid of the opponent's plant, right? He only lost the cactus on it, so maybe keeping it alive for a round or 2 could have been better so that he can draw cards to it, but nevertheless it has been quite good to get rid of that plant. Now it's interesting to see that Caillou is actually playing 1 Aqua at the front. I recommended that he plays a Yam at the front so that the Twintail triggers the poison twice. Doesn't do that. Now he goes for serious double Yam and a Leaf Bug, which is a relatively good play. He stacks 4 poisons as well as gets some energy. He's now sitting on 7 energy, a decent amount of cards, and he can definitely go ahead and try to finish this Aqua off. 52 damage twice, or is this a Dusk? I'm not really sure because it's not showing the bodies, but he does go for a lot of damage. The opponent is left with just 82 health, and he's losing health with every card that he plays. Go for a pumpkin, go for a disguise, and he's gonna be sitting very low on health. So if we just play any 4 cards, or like a twin tail, he will be dead. Still goes for a lot of shield, which is definitely a mistake as he is wasting energy right now, and he actually kills himself before making use of that energy and the cards that he played. Now another Yam, another Sirius, and the opponent is sitting on 1 energy. A lot of cards though, but he does have poison stacks and not enough energy to make this battle worth a while. You can see that he's stacking up the poison on himself. He went all the way up to 8 poison stacks, so the catfish is really not going to be enough to heal him up. And Caillou goes for Risky Fish, Shoal Star, Risky Fish, Shoal Star, which is the maximum damage that he can get out of this Aqua, and it almost kills. His opponent is going to be able to heal back up a little bit using the Catfish, the Sponge, and the Cattail. And now, because we are going first and we do deal extra damage into Dusks, now with the Twin Tail, you can see 0 energy cost cards, and he manages to deal 200 damage with them. So you can see the potential of this team. $120 for this Axie, and it deals 200 damage into a Dusk using 0 energy. I mean, you have to use 1 energy because you have to combo it with something, but it's just beautiful how much damage this card deals after it has been buffed at the start of Season 19. In game number 2, Kuya is facing relatively strong and meta team. Well, it was meta in Season 18, but it's still doing fine in Season 19, not as good as it used to. But he does have the Terminator at the back, only 43 speed, so not the max speed. And then also an Aqua in the mid lane, no Shrimp though. And he goes for the double Sirius, which does work out quite well. His opponent did go for a Nemo first round. You should never do that. It's just a waste. The Cactus almost kills our Aqua. Unfortunately, we don't have a pure Aqua, so we can't use any more cards from it, as it is going second. It's slower than our opponent's Aqua. Double Goldfish, not a big fan of it. Because you should really save up a Goldfish when you go into a 1v1 scenario versus the Terminator, because when he uses a lagging, he will try to slow you down, but he will never be able to do that, as your Goldfish will speed you up. So that's how you outplay a Terminator. When you have a Goldfish, just save it up for the Terminator. Now we go for a Pumpkin and a Disguise to get some energy back on the board. We were trying to get a card as well with the Pumpkin. Now we're going to be able to do that. Pumpkin, Disguise, and a Yam working very, very well. And he does get another stack of poison, so not getting the maximum value from the Yam quite yet. He does stack himself again. There's no poison stacks on the Dusk, unfortunately. This looks like a very hard game to win so far. Like, our opponent is gonna have 5 energy next round. He has all the cards necessary to kill a plant. We don't really have any energy left. I mean, okay, we're gonna steal 1 now. So I guess he went a little bit greedy. I think he should have went for the kill this round, which he clearly didn't do. And now he went greedy again. He didn't use the double Thorny. He went for the sticky as well as the lagging, which is simply not enough to kill us. And then we can steal 1 more energy and generate 1 more energy. And he didn't even get our shield down. That means we're going to be able to draw an extra card from the Pumpkin. And now that we have all of these cards, we can start stacking them up and play 1v1 versus this Terminator. Yam perfectly played. Again, the opponent went really greedy. He went for double lagging instead of the Thorny to kill our plant. Like, he's really struggling to kill this plant, and he's playing very, very greedily. Now, Kuya goes for Risky Fish, Twin Tail, Goldfish, Shoal Star. Perfect play. Actually, perfect play. The only thing I would have rather seen is Shoal Star being played 3rd rather than 4th, so we get a little bit more damage from the Risky Fish bonus, but it's still going to be a win with the 5 poison stacks. I mean, relatively simple game. Stack the Yams in the mid game, use as many cards as you can from the front lane, and then the back lane can outplay with the Twin Tails, as it does deal a crap ton of damage. And you're going to be facing quite a lot of Terminators between the 1200 MMR and 1500 MMR rank, so that the Twin Tail does have a lot of utility. When Kuya was sending me those replays, I asked specifically for him to send me a loss as well, so that we can see and learn from his mistakes, rather than just show you how many times he has won at 1500 MMR. So this game is a loss, and let's see how he manages to lose that one. Right at the start, he does go for a lot of damage. Twin Tail, Risky Fish, Shoalstar, and Shoalstar from the front lane Aqua does deal quite a lot of damage, but unfortunately our opponent went for the Yam, and we have 4 poison stacks on our backlane Aqua, which is gonna kill us slowly. So this is an insanely bad start. There's only 2 things that really counter us when it comes to the Twin Tail, and that is Curtail, because that's gonna give your opponent a lot of card draws, and a Yam, because we're gonna stick a lot of poison stacks on ourselves. So it's round 3, we already lost our front lane Aqua, and our opponent yet again is gonna go for a Yam. This time we don't attack with our Aqua, so he's not gonna put up any more stacks on our backlane Aqua, but we don't manage to kill his front lane. Now, he does, I don't like this play from KU. He goes from Twin Tail, a Goldfish, and a Shoalstar. That is definitely an overkill. I think 1 Risky Fish and Twin Tail would have been enough, with the Yam from the plant as well. Now going for double serious right here is very, very greedy. I really don't like this play. I think 1 serious would have been enough. And like, if you steal 1 energy, that's fine. You can try to do that again next round. You can see our opponent doesn't have any energy, and we're just gonna waste 2 energy. So there has been quite a lot of mistakes in this game. Firstly, what was the first mistake? I kind of forgot. Oh, the overkill on the plant, and then secondly, using the double series in mid game is quite greedy. So those are the 2 things. And you can see our backlane Aqua has actually lost half of its health because of the 4 poison stacks. So that's insanely unfortunate, and there's just simply no way that you're gonna outplay a backlane Terminator when your Aqua already has so much health lost. We didn't even play a Goldfish. That means his Dusk is gonna go first, and then he can just finish us off. Yep, that's fine. So you can see he did make some mistakes this game. It wasn't like a pure counter, because this team is definitely outplayable, as we have seen in the last game. But it did waste a lot of energy on the double series and the plant kills. About 3 energy spent too much. And to round this video up, let's go for 1 more game. And in this game, what we're gonna face is a plant, beast, and a reptile team, which is very, very common nowadays. Now, I don't like this setup. There's one issue with the setup. If you're gonna go for this team, you really want to have the beast in the backlane. Now, the reptile is gonna buy a lot of time for this beast to be playing the Godas, to be playing the Ronins, to be playing the Cottontails. It's gonna buy a lot of time, even if it has this set of cards. I understand why you want to put it in the backlane, because it has the tiny swing, it has the sticky goo, but I think playing it in the mid lane is just simply gonna be much better. Like, this beast can beat this Aqua in 1v1 because it does have a lot of energy gain and energy control. So in the first round we go for double blue moon. That's a lot of damage, 118, and then Risky Fish from the backlane as well. So we get this plant to 220 health. Now he's gonna struggle. He does have a pumpkin in his hand, so I would like to see a skip in the next round, so that he can panic and play a pumpkin. Kuya doesn't do that. He goes for Twin Tail and Shoalstar. You can see that if people have the plant beaten down in the first round, they're usually gonna play a pumpkin. Like, he's not gonna play a tiny swing to get rid of this Aqua, he's gonna play a pumpkin to save his plant. That's the usual tendency of people at lower ranks. They just simply don't want to let go of their Axies because they are scared that they're gonna lose the game. But it's fine to sacrifice your plant at the right moment. And he goes for Goda, which doesn't even kill this Aqua, so that was a waste of Goda. Like, you know that we have 2 energy, so using a Goda in that scenario when you know that we're gonna try to finish your plant off is simply unnecessary and quite frankly bad. He does go for double Ronin and Lunar, the Cottontail, taking our plant all the way down to 200 health. So let's see how Kuya actually navigates this game. Does go for Sirius, another Sirius, and this is an issue with queuing the cards like this. You didn't get any value from your Leaf Bug, which is quite a big issue. Because you should have 1 energy more. Now the opponent not playing a Goda this turn is relatively bad as well, because he knows that we stole one of his energy, so we're not gonna play all of it. We want to save some for the next rounds, so playing a Goda right now would have been good. Now playing Goda right now would be bad. The round before, good. This round, bad. Because you're simply not going to use your beast. That's why you want your beast in the backlane to have it a little bit more protected. And this plant, this reptile just simply doesn't have the damage to kill this plant and this Aqua, even though it does have the tiny swing or the tiny dino, the lagging for the slow. It's not going to be able to kill both the plant and the Aqua, and he does have 7 poison stacks on him right now, which means that if we go for the double twin tail, you can see he's gonna be getting hit for 14 every single time. So we do manage to hit one of the twin tails, but on the second one we get stunned, and we get stunned again right now, which is not gonna be easy to play. What do we go for? We go for Twin Tail to clear the stun, makes sense. And then we go for Risky. And then another Risky, which is gonna miss. Do we crit? No, we don't crit, but yeah, he queued up the cards wrong. He should have went for Tiny Dino first. That way he would have dealt 150 damage to our Aqua, and he would have put us in the last stand and then finish us off with another card. So just remember to queue the cards correctly when you are playing a Terminator. You want to go for the highest damage cards first. So in case you do go into a last stand, you're not gonna waste your last stand bars on something like the Sticky Q, but you're gonna deal extra damage with the Tiny Dino. So that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. It is a really budget team, $480, $500, whatever you want to call it, and it is performing on 1500 MMR. Just as evidence, I'm gonna show you Caillou's page from my Scholar Tracker Manager, and you can see that he is currently on 1500 MMR exactly. And if we go to his team, you can see right here, if I just zoom in, that those are the exact Axies that he is playing. So the Yam Plant and the double twin tails Aquas, nicknamed Caillou, so that you have the evidence there, and I'm not just talking out my ass to try to sell you this team. I'm not trying to sell anything, just trying to show you the best value for your money. So that's gonna be it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give this a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel. All of my socials are gonna be linked in the description below, and I will see you in the next one.